Hello, everybody. How's it going? How you doing? Are you doing good? I hope you are. I hope you're doing very well. I said last week I would do a video answering 10 questions, and I did one for Fizzy. I have to do one for Javier. I know this is taking the place of the Sandbox Saturday episode at 2:30, but seems fine. I mean, no one. The Sandbox Saturday is like a chilled out sort of a experience to begin with. So, I mean, it's good to have a slot that we can do different things with. So anyway, yeah, I have Javier's questions. Question 1. Why haven't you guys started streaming your D&D campaign? If the video is the problem, you could just upload the audio. So I'm the dungeon master for a D&D campaign for Jeff, Danielle, and Holly, which is an incredible amount of fun. And I think about it and work. And since I started doing it, I think about it and work on it pretty much. Like, look, right there. I didn't have to find it. I work on it all the time. Okay, I have to be careful with how I say this. It's sort of like I kind of want to keep that one close to the chest. That game, not because I'm sensitive about it, but because it really means a lot to me, and I would hate for it to become. This is going to sound weird. I would hate for it to become just another piece of JoJo has fun content. If that makes sense. Not that what we make is bad, because quite the contrary. I'm super proud of it. I just don't want it to be the kind of thing where it's another thing we do that's in the suite of things we do, and it's just that, because this game is very special to me. That said, I'm trying to do another game. So I'm trying to set up another D&D campaign that's like actually like I'd be doing two, this private one and then like one that's for the show, because I can crank out a bunch of ideas. Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's going to happen. Just the one we're doing right now, no, but I'm going to do another one that's for the show. I don't know when that's going to happen, but hopefully in the coming weeks, I can say. Question 2. Do you think YouTube will work out for the content you guys produce? That's a super interesting question. I don't know. I have no idea. The kind of show that we do, it's definitely not the kind of thing that's easy to get across to people what's valuable about it and what's interesting about it. Also, we're a variety Let's Play channel. We're kind of hard to justify in this day of YouTube, where finding your audience is harder to do, but once you find it, you're good off. The real question is whether or not YouTube is a good way to find the people who would be into this. Right now, yes, it is, because it's sort of the only game in town. I've said this before, if there was an alternative to YouTube that had a different ecosystem, we would probably jump to that. Question 3. When will I let Danielle be the dinosaur druid she deserves to be? There's dinosaurs in Chult. You can get stats from the Exilian in Magic the Gathering supplements. I assume you mean in our D&D campaign. Danielle is a druid. I mean, she likes playing a druid, I think. If Danielle wants to try to become a dinosaur in our game, that's something that I would be willing to allow if she could figure out a way to see a dinosaur. Perfect day. Ooh, that's a tough one. Perfect day. It would probably be a day where I go to work and leave early. That would have to be part of it. And when I say work, I mean like work, like going to work. I like the feeling of leaving, and I especially like the feeling of leaving early. The feeling of coming home is like It's so good. And you get home and it's like, oh man, I have a whole day ahead of me. Probably I would get something to eat, maybe something I go to a restaurant I like. There's a sandwich place in my town that just closed up called Cafe Roll. That was like my favorite place to get sandwiches in town. They were like a French brasserie. And then probably go and do something creative, like maybe record the show. Honestly, I'd love to just hang out and record the show. Although lately, I would honestly say like the next thing I'd want to do is play D&D. That would probably be a fun way to spend a day. Come back home, watch a bunch of movies and TV shows I like. Most likely with my lovely girlfriend. Yeah. And then go to bed. Having a perfect day that's like that makes it very achievable. I can make that happen if I just play my cards right. Question 6. What's my favorite comic and or comic character? Batgirl. I love Batgirl. I think she's so cool. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I love Batgirl. And I think it's because, like, of all the Bat characters, she's the only one that's like she's not forced into her decision to be Batgirl. She just wants to make the world a better place. And I'm talking Barbara Gordon Batgirl. She's my absolute favorite. Now, if we were talking Arrowverse, which is comic books to me, even though it's TV shows, Sarah Lance and DC Legends of Tomorrow. If you've never watched that show, you're missing out. It's amazing. It is as goofy comic booky as you can possibly get, and Sarah Lance is my favorite character. She fucking rules. She's a badass. She doesn't have special powers. She's just cool, and she's smart, and she's sarcastic, and just awesome character. Very, very inspiring for me. And also she's a leader. I think I like characters who are like their own leaders. Question 7. Would you like visiting Mexico sometime? I'd love to help you guys and have guys have a great stay whenever you want to go. Yeah, sure. Maybe one day. I don't know. I haven't traveled very much in my life, so that would be kind of neat. I mean, I want to see more of the Earth. Yeah, I mean, if there's ever a time we're like going down there, yeah, why not? Question 8. When did I start playing D&D? So that's interesting. I think like 2 years ago, I went to Jeff and Danielle and I was like, do you guys want to play D&D? And they were like, yeah, we would. That'd be fun. And I went and I got the books for it. And I got way in my head about what the first game needed to be and what I wanted to achieve with playing it, which is a super weird way to be. And I kept trying to write like an adventure that we could play, but I just didn't know what it took, or I didn't know how to do it. And then November of last year, I listened to a talk given by the Angry GM, who is a blogger who still blogs in 20 whatever year this is, about Dungeons and Dragons. And he said, like, look, the thing that if you want to be a GM, what you do is for your first campaign, what you don't let people make their own characters, and you don't write your own adventure. You just get one. You get the starter kit for D&D. You go and get adventure off the DM's Guild, which is an amazing resource. If you've never looked at if you want to do Dungeons and Dragons and you don't want to have to write your own content, the DM's Guild is dope. But you get an adventure that's already published, and you make some pre-generated character sheets, and you just get your friends and you just play it. So last December, I just said, like, fuck it, like, we're playing a game, and I said we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and we sat down, and they were like, "Are we gonna make characters?" And I said, "No, nope, I have characters here for you." And there, it's a. I think Danielle picked up she was a fighter, and Jeff was a wizard, and my girlfriend was a rogue, and then I had an NPC who played who was a ranger, an NPC ranger who was with their team that they could give orders to, like a sentient weapon. And after that first session, I was like, that was fun as fuck, and I want to do that again. And we've been playing since then, and it's near the end of January, and now we've started our own campaign that I'm writing, and it's super neat. It's super fun. So if when I started playing D&D, the first time I ever really played was like 2 years ago, and then when I started DMing was 2 months ago, and I love it. And it's a ton of work, but it's really good for me, who is someone who, likes it. Yeah, I think the D&D thing, I could probably talk about for a while, but yeah. So I hope that answers the question. 9. What do you think we as fans of your content could do to help you get the views and subscribers you deserve? Wow. Oh man. I feel really awkward. Just tell people about us. I mean, yeah, just tell people. I mean, just tell your friends. Yeah, just tell people, share it. I mean, and actually, you know what? No. Sharing it's fine, but what's better is just like if you get a roommate, get a friend, and just hang out with them one day and be like, "Listen, I think you're cool. I want to show you something. This is a videos I think are really funny. Let's watch them." And just share it, because I'm going to be completely honest, that's what worked on me, honestly. It's so weird to think about this, but 3 years ago, I did not like the kind of content that I now make all the time. Didn't like it. I didn't watch it. I wouldn't have even thought to watch it, if I'm being completely honest. I would have not watched it. But one day, my girlfriend showed it to me, and at first I was very much like, ugh. And then I was watching it all the time, every day, and I was like, oh my god, this is the fucking coolest, Liz. So yeah, share it, but I mean, like, share it, like don't just send someone the video, like, watch it with them, share love, share your love. If you love our stuff, and honestly, that's, I really can't ask anyone to do more than that, is, hey, just give it a watch. If you like it, great. That's all you need to do for us. But the most generous goddamn thing you could do is love it in front of another person. Like, show someone, like, here's something I like, and share with them your love of it. And that doesn't just go for our show. That goes for, like, the things you like. Yeah. I think that, does that make, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, just keep supporting us, and even if you don't watch every day, don't feel bad. Okay, question 10. Not really a question. I just want you to know I really appreciate your dedication, and I'm incredibly grateful for having met you guys. Thank you so much. Also, I want you to know I think you are okay, incredibly cool, and a great friend, JoJo. Keep being awesome. You're right, Javier. That is not a question. Thank you. It's very sweet. I'm glad. That makes me very happy. one thing I always want to do with my stuff I do creatively is I want to do the thing that great art and great like me the things that mean a lot to me. I like them because they make me feel less alone. And like if I can put that back out into the world, it's really hard to want anything else than that. It's really hard to want anything more than saying today, or it's really hard to think about like going to bed at night knowing that I helped make someone feel better and that wasn't enough for me. If that makes sense. And it's kind of crazy that I play video games with my friends, and if you watch some people watch it and then they feel better or they laugh and they feel good. That's a pretty dope fucking feeling. And it's really yeah. So, hey, I hope thank you, by the way. Yeah, thank you for answering what? Thank you for asking all your questions, Javier. It was awesome answering them. I hope I answered all of them. And I'm sorry if your stuff is there and people can see it, but hey, I mean, I don't know. There's a live action remake of Bambi coming. Holy shit. That sounds just awful. Thank you for joining us on this week of JoJo Answers Questions. I hope you enjoyed it. This video is 39 minutes, so I'm going to have to edit that down. It's Friday night, so if you're watching this on Saturday, I made this last night. On the Saturday, if you're watching this on the Saturday it came out, I made this yesterday. So, yeah. Oh, if you have more questions, leave them in the comments or tweet at us. I think I have a set from Jonathan. I think he's left some. I think you're in the queue. But thank you for watching, and thank you for being fucking awesome, and I will see you tomorrow. Farewell.